Welcome. My name is John Dandies, and I have the honor of being the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Explore and More Ralph Wilson Children's Museum. It is a great pleasure, particularly today, which is a great day for the museum, to welcome you all here to celebrate what we think is a seminal moment in the growth and development of this facility, of this museum. You know, a number of years ago, when the building was being contemplated and being designed, there were really two fundamental philosophies that our board looked at when we were designing the museum. And the first and most obvious was it needed to be a place where kids could have fun. In addition to being a fun place, it needed to be educational, it needed to be creative, it needed to be a place where they could feel included and have the building be inclusive. And that got to the second fundamental point, which was all of our programming and all of our design is all about having kids having fun and feeling as if they're in a safe and warm and embracing environment. And that's what we think our announcement today is all about. We're very fortunate to have great support from the corporate community and from our individual contributors and donors, and you're going to hear from a number of them in a few minutes. But before I introduce Michelle, I want to suggest to you that the Explore More Museum has become the #1 visitor experience in Canalside. And as we continue to develop, we expect to see more and more people down here. And this, what we announced today, this particular exhibit, which will be just one more in another series of new exhibits, will help us do that. We have had the great benefit of having a tremendous leader in leading this museum and helping us design and creating the environment in which we can do things like this. So it is a great pleasure for me to introduce, on behalf of our board, the president and CEO of the Explore More Museum, Michelle Urbanczyk. Michelle?
Hello everyone, I'm so excited to have everyone here today. This is super exciting because this has been a project over a year in the making. And I want to share how it came about. And it came about because, as John mentioned, we keep pushing the envelope on making sure every family feels welcome and every child has a place to play regardless of their ability. And during COVID, we had a very interesting learning moment. And that was we got a chance to talk to families, especially families with children with disabilities, who felt left out. And the reason why they felt left out is because if your child needed occupational services or physical therapy or what have you, it was taken over Zoom. How do you do that over Zoom? And then what we found out was the winter months get really cold, and we have some tremendously beautiful playgrounds. Of course, Mason's Mission's our favorite. But then we found in the winter, we did not have a place for kids to come and play. And kids who especially needed inclusive playgrounds to play. And I met Jason before we opened, and we had a vision to do something inside. We didn't know what, we didn't even know how, we just kept talking. And finally I said, can we do something? And he's like, of course he doesn't say no, and sometimes he needs to say no, especially to me, because I think I've aged him like 10 years and like 2 months. But
I'll say 15.
Okay, 15 years and 1 month. But it came about, and so we decided to do a 716 day. And then we had Dunn and Robert and his team who said, didn't say no. You said, okay, I'll match. If you make 25,000, we'll match 25,000. And then Mason's Mission said, we'll match. And that started the day. And then beforehand, Dunn said, okay, we'll help finish it. And then as construction prices rises, we needed to close the gap, and the Ferranti family said, we're in. It was basically that simple. And it was that simple because we have the corporate, we have the private family, and we have, of course, foundations saying we believe in our children and we believe in Western New York. So it was really that easy to say, hey, this is about the children. And so we did the Give 716 Day, and we were surprised, and this was in 2021 that we exceeded our goal, and the community came out and supported it in full-fledged. So it was great. we're not done. I think you could see we're not done. I think I call you here like every couple of months to go, hey, this is new. We're not done. We push the envelope here at Explore More. We want to. This is our community. Our children deserve the best. I think they get the absolute best when they come here. But we really want to keep moving the envelope to ensure that people come from miles around. We have people come from hours around to come play here. We have things that make families comfortable. From now a playground to we have the tree house to the exhibits are all really designed so children can play. The universal changing stations, the sensory kits, the quiet coves, really making sure when a family's here, they're welcome. So I thank everyone who's here today who supported this. This is a huge endeavor. I thank the media because our families need to know this is here for them, and we do it through you. So I thank you for that, for being here, and I thank our sponsors again for Mason's Mission, Ferranti Family, and Dunn Tire. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Clark from Dunn Tire. Thanks so much.
I always get the tough facts to follow. Thank you, Michelle. Dunn Tire, I'll be very brief. We're very proud to be part of the Explore More Museum. If those of you who have been through the facility before, it's a who's who of the best businesses in Buffalo that are represented throughout the building. It also tells a great bit of history about the region itself. And after working and speaking with Michelle and Jason, it didn't take a lot of convincing for us to be on board. You can tell the passion that they bring to the community and the services that they're trying to provide. And they're not going to stop innovating. I can tell you that just by meeting with them and working with them. So with that, I will introduce Jason Evechek, the founder of Mason's Mission. Thank you. Usually I have to adjust that because I'm the one short.
Well, again, thank you all for being here for this pretty special event. The ribbon cutting and the unveiling of Explore Some More with Mason's Mission, which is one of the things I cannot take credit for. My lovely daughter McKenna came up with that name, and she helps us name all of our projects here today. So thank you, honey, for doing that. So just to kind of recap, it's about 5 years ago. It's about 5 years, almost to the day. I remember it was a cold, crappy day, and I was invited to the board of directors meeting from Barry at the time. And I was honored then that after being a foundation and running Mason's Mission for maybe 9 months or 10 months, we had completed our first project in Pendleton, that they would come to me and say, hey, look, we're building this amazing facility. Can you help us be as inclusive as possible? And I'm even more honored now that in that time we are here today. So thank you, Michelle.
No, thank you.
Every child deserves the right to play because we create inclusive lifestyles through play and interaction. Those are the two mottos that Mason's Mission takes with us at every single project that we do. We really, really, really hone in on inclusion. We do things and we eliminate the things that my child, like Mason, cannot do with his sister. And that's really important to us. There are projects who will do it, but then they do things that aren't. So we try really to make it happen, and that's what this museum does every day. They take into consideration everyone's ideas. And again, it's just an honor to be here and go through this process with you guys, and I just can't wait to see the kiddos play. So that's about as brief as I can be. So in saying that, I'm honored to introduce Michael Ferranti to come and speak.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm honored today to be here to represent my family and a few briefly prepared remarks just to make sure that when the opportunity to be involved became apparent through my wife and her membership on the board here at Explore More. My parents jumped immediately at the opportunity. It was obviously part of the mission, part of exactly what they try to do through philanthropic giving. And so however it could be supported and however, whatever aid could be provided, they wanted to do that. So it was an easy decision. We know firsthand through our beautiful daughter Grace the importance of inclusion. and its importance to our family cannot be understated. So being able to have this playground in our community was especially meaningful to us, and we're so incredibly happy to be able to support it and to be able to bring it to the community, the broader community. Again, in the interest of keeping it brief, keep with that theme, I just wanted to say thank you to the Explore More team, everyone here who made this happen, the board of directors, and again, my family could not be more excited, more proud, and happier to be able to support something like this. So thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again very much for your presence here today. Thank you again to Dunn, to the Ferranti family, and of course to Jason and Mason. I hope that you heard two themes come through with everybody's remarks. One is about inclusion, the other is about play and fun. And so with those three ideas, we are adjourned, and please join us for a reception right behind us. But thank you all. Have a great day, everybody.
We're going to cut the ribbon. So we're going to cut the ribbon on the official Explore and More. So if you can see, Explore Some More with Mason's Mission, presented by Dunn Tire. So we're going to cut the ribbon over here, and please have something to eat. And please, for our little ones and our not so little ones, I invite you to play. Our adults play too, so we really want to see you play on the playground. So welcome.